Hey there, you lovely boat building enthusiasts. It is 10 p.m. Sunday, January 2nd, 2022, here in beautiful San Diego, California, and I'm Captain Perry. If you're new here, my mission is to build a strong, trailerable, 14-foot sailboat that's watertight and custom built to cross oceans. It is constructed of PVC foam core between fiberglass skins. This is the foam sandwich construction method. In episode 13, I built and dry fit a pair of Longitudinals that will stiffen the bottom of the boat and support the floor of the main cabin. In episode 14, I took a trip to pick up a carbon fiber mast for my boat, salvaged from a Freedom 21. This is currently the state of the project. We have the transom and main bulkhead up, and the bottom is ready for more frames and supports to be attached. Subscribe and watch me build my dream boat, one step at a time. In this episode, you'll see me attaching the Longitudinals to the bottom panel of the hull, 20 centimeters either side of centerline. But I've also been thinking a bit further down the road to an item that I'm going to need some help on. That would be the twin keels that I need to fabricate out of steel. If you live on the West Coast and think you might be able to assist me with the project of fabricating the steel keels and smelting the lead that will be attached as ballast, please reach out to me in the email address in the description. All right, let's go ahead and attach those Longitudinals. Well, it's the next day after fiberglassing. It seems like these turned out really nice. Peel back the peel ply on this one. Yeah, that's beautiful. Good morning. It is January 1st, 2022, and I woke up around 6:30 so that nobody would be outside, and I took this big mast outside and washed it because it had been sitting outside for a couple of years. And now I got the lines back in that yellow bucket. The lines that came out of it were also kind of muddy, dirty, and I don't think I'll use them for rigging, but could use them for dock lines or something else, so might as well clean them. I soaked them in a little bleach and a lot of soapy water. I had a viewer comment that I should be cutting these edges with a knife instead of the oscillating cutter, which I think is a good idea. I'm going to try that. I don't think it would have worked on this thick 1708, but I'm sure you're right about this stuff. It's probably a cleaner way to do it. So let's try it out. Could probably use a serrated edge. It's not bad. All right, it's a pretty good method. It's just a little bit slower, but the great advantage is it's not kicking up all this fiberglass dust into my hands and on my arms. So that's a great advantage. But if there's areas where the 6-ounce cloth is doubled, I have to go back to the multi-tool cutter because this doesn't really cut it. All right, here's a little dry fit of where these Longitudinals are going to go. And I'm going to use a method I haven't used before, which is on the top surface here only, the floor is going to sit. So I'm going to take like a screwdriver and just chip out some of this foam core and then put in thickened epoxy and smooth it over. And that way the floor isn't sitting like directly on the foam. We'll have a thickened epoxy on it. with the help of the wife, I temporarily got the mast over here until I can put some steel supports in the wall to hold it. But just for now, just set this up real quick. It's about 4:30 in the morning, Sunday, January 2nd. And last night I filled those areas I chipped out with thickened epoxy, as you can see here. And I also laid up a small rectangle with epoxy, and that's going to go between these, running athwart ships. You can see a little schedule I use here. Above the line is last night, and then it shows 4:30 in the morning. I'm going to work for 0.4 hours to epoxy on the bottom, and then I'm going to wait 3 hours till 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock I'll do the fillets, then wait 2 hours, then do the tapping with 1708 and put on the peel ply. And hopefully by noon I'll be done. Well, I made good progress. As usual, I underestimated just how long this would take. It's actually 39 linear feet of area that needs to be epoxied. So it took a lot longer than I thought. And I ran out of fumed silica, so I didn't even finish on the inside here, the fillets. It'll have to wait till I can get some more of that powder to make thickened epoxy. But now I'm gonna put on some fiberglass cloth over all these seams. I've finished with the fiberglass cloth. For now it's just some 6-ounce cloth on all these seams. Well, let's take these weights off and get a good look at the final product. Looking nice. That's it for this episode. It feels really good to see the structural grid of the boat come together. I'm very excited to get the rest of the frames and the bow up. I think that'll be a real end to a chapter in this build. If you haven't already, please join us in the Ocean Capable Small Sailboat Facebook group. I keep it updated with design drawings and progress photos of the build. I really think you'll find it interesting. See you next time.
Mr. Ward, let's make all preparations for getting underway.
That guy sure likes to carry things.
Hey, what's your name, buddy?
Home.
only get back to your station, or I'll have you shot for a mutineer!
Well, shoot something!